Welcome to the Your Business on Purpose podcast, the ultimate resource for women business owners looking to confidently navigate their entrepreneurial journey while upholding their principles. I'm Dawnette Palmore, your host and fellow entrepreneur. Join me as we immerse ourselves in illuminating conversations with accomplished experts spanning various fields across the business spectrum. Together, we'll unearth strategic insights into seizing opportunities and ensuring that your business is equipped with the essential elements aligned with your purpose and values. Imagine we're sitting down for coffee and I ask you one simple question. What's your safety net? Most business owners would look at me with a blank stare. They've planned their growth, but they haven't planned their protection. And that gap, that's where businesses and families get hurt the most. Welcome back to Your Business on Purpose, the podcast where we help entrepreneurs move from chaos to clarity so you can grow and protect a business that truly serves your life and your purpose. I'm your host, Dawnette Palmore, and today we're going to talk about why every business needs a safety net, not just for growth, but for the what ifs, because sometimes they show up. Because insurance isn't just about paying premiums. It's about building resilience, protecting your income and your business, and making sure your purpose is secure. Now, that sounds super exciting to me. And that's what this is all about, right? We're building a legacy. We're protecting our families, providing for our families, but also protecting it, right? And we also include our business in that because we work so hard to build things. We don't want it to be torn down like this in a second. So we have to start considering protection and safety nets and how do we incorporate these things into what we're already doing. So here's the big difference between protecting your income and protecting your business. So protecting your income means that you're making sure your family is covered, right? So if something happens to you, you're covered. It's not like they got to go dig in the savings or, somebody has to go to work or whatever the case may be. But, that's things like life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, right? And, a couple of episodes, we started diving into this a little bit, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into insurance because it's very important to me for people to be insured, for my family to be insured, for my life to be insured, my business to be insured, because I don't want everything that we've built to literally disappear. I don't want the government to get their cut. That's why we put things in trusts and make sure everything's written out for our wishes, right? Then we have protecting our business, right? That means making sure that the company itself doesn't collapse if you or someone critical in your business can't keep things running. And that's where we do things like buy-sell agreements and keep person insurance type of policies. And it keeping things running if something happens isn't just about death, right? There's injuries, there's illnesses, things like that can happen. So we want to really think about these things and open dialogue with them, right? Because too many entrepreneurs think about, maybe just one side and forget the other, right? But the reality is that if our income stops, our business struggles, or in some cases, it may just stop. And if your business collapses, your income disappears, right? So we need both of those things working together. So let's now talk about personal insurance and why it matters for your business, not just your household. So one, life insurance ensures our family doesn't have to sell off our business just to survive, right? Life insurance is, okay, if this person dies, now there's many life insurance products, but we're just going to talk about one because it's very huge. So life insurance I don't want to say protects our life, it insures our life, meaning if we pass away, our family is financially taken care of as long as we've gotten a policy big enough for that. So those are discussions we have to have, right? How much money does my family need when I leave? And how much money do I want to leave that they can, you know, can they build a legacy? Can they keep the business? There's so much that goes into it, but we don't really have time to talk about all that. And that's something we could talk about in a call. If you go to my website, you could book a call and we can talk about it. So then we have health insurance, right? So health insurance protects against medical bills, right? Medical bills can drain people's savings. And I don't know the specific statistic off the top of my head, but I know that medical bills are so bad and that it is responsible for a large amount of bankruptcies. Okay, so we also don't want our medical bills to force our family or us to pull out of our business either. Okay, and then we have disability insurance. Keeps your income steady when you can't work. So statistically, you're more likely to become disabled during your career than to pass away. So without this coverage, your family and your business are both at risk, right? So disability is if, God forbid we have an accident, we become disabled. We're not able to do what we were able to do, or maybe we have to take time at home to recover. This is where disability insurance comes in and helps sustain both our family and our business. So when our personal world is stable, our business doesn't have to carry that burden, right? And then maybe, it might drain the business. And then what's going to happen once that's drained? So that stability is what allows your company to keep going, even when life gets hard, even when tragic events happen. This is what insurance really is. Insurance is about insuring things that can happen in our lives and getting paid when they do. So that's how we really have to think about insurance. It's an investment in certain things. So an investment in our family's lives after we pass, an investment in our health should we become sick, an investment in our income should we become disabled. So we're not having to come up with that. Yes, we have to pay premiums. And maybe, it can be a lot of money, but we have to weigh the costs. And by the way, the earlier you get life insurance and disability insurance, the better, because they cost less. So you want to look into those things, sooner than later. And you definitely want health insurance way before anything happens to you, because then it's going to cost more because you have a pre-existing condition, right? Lots of stuff going on, but we really want, this is about how can we prepare for every possible thing that could happen. And maybe we can't prepare for every possible thing that can happen, but we can think about the things that, I don't want this to say weird, but are more likely to happen. I mean, we all know we're going to die. That's inevitable. But health things, health and disability, those are things we want to prepare for. They may never happen. Hopefully they never will. But if they do, not only is our business protected, but our family's protected, and we can actually go through whatever it is, whether it's a health or a disability, with less stress, knowing that those things are taken care of. I mean, just think about it for a minute. If let's say you got sick, like so sick, you're having to be in the hospital. Imagine the stress of not just that, but your business doesn't run without you. You don't have a savings. Your family relies on your income. And now you have these medical bills. And can you imagine the stress of all of that in the hospital versus just having the stress of having to go through the illness? Like, I got lighter just thinking about that. Same thing with disability, right? So that's why we have these things in place. That's why we talk about these things, because so much is at risk that we love and we care about and that we've worked hard for. So I once heard about a business owner who built a thriving company. He was the face of the brand, the one clients trusted. When he passed unexpectedly, there was no safety net, no buy sell agreement, no coverage. The business collapsed, employees lost their jobs, and the family lost both income and legacy. So now let's compare that to the owner who had a buy sell agreement, right? Funded by insurance. When tragedy struck, her partner's family was financially cared for, and she had the resources to keep the business running. Instead of chaos, there was just peace and the ability for it to go on. So, really, the difference between these two stories isn't about talent or timing or how much money they made or didn't make. It was really about being prepared. That's the key word, just being prepared. And that's really all we can do and what we should do. Being prepared, right? We prepare for vacation. We prepare for different things in our lives. We don't prepare for accidents, tragedy, or death as much as we should. So here's what I would love for you to remember. Insurance isn't just an expense, okay? It's a strategy. It's peace of mind. It's making sure that everything you've built, doesn't come crumbling down at a moment's notice when something unexpected comes our way. I call it a plot twist, right? It's not about projecting numbers. It's really about protecting people, our family, our employees, and our purpose. Thank you so much for joining me today on your Business on Purpose podcast. I hope this episode gave you a fresh perspective on why every business owner needs a safety net. If this resonated with you, please, 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 please share it with whoever needs to hear it. And if you're ready to take a closer look, you're saying, I don't have protection, maybe I don't have enough protection, I have a partner, I need to think about a buy-sell agreement, I need to think about my key employee insurance. Like, if that's you, I need to get my numbers in order. Whatever it may be, go to www.yourmoneyonpurpose.com, go to the Work With Me page, and book a call with me. It's a free call. Let's talk about where you're at, what your concerns are, and how we can get you to where you want to go. Okay? Until next time, remember, from chaos to clarity, your journey starts here. This podcast is dedicated to you and all the incredible women out there breaking chains, pushing through, and striving to make it all work. Your support truly means the world to me. Could you do me a favor? Be a gem and leave a review. It will help us reach even more women, making a bigger impact. Your feedback is invaluable, and I would genuinely appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, ensuring you never miss an episode. Until next week, live a purposeful life in both your business and your finances.